Hey guys, welcome back to Low Carb with Jennifer, where I have this cooking show and I love to cook for you guys low carb and keto recipes. Today I'm making this egg as the bun breakfast sandwich. It's got bacon and avocado and cheese, but the most important part is that we used some sheet pan eggs to use as our bun. Another recipe we're going to do is these collagen energy bars. These have walnuts, pecans, coconut oil, almond butter, and collagen, and chocolate. So let's get started with these two keto breakfast recipes. So today we are going to be making these chocolate chip collagen bars. I have the recipe right here, and you can get the link to this recipe in the description below. It is my free e-cookbook of keto and low carb recipes. You click the link, you get the free recipes sent right to your email. So let's get started with this recipe. The first thing we need to do is we're going to chop some walnuts. I already have a cup and a half of chopped pecans, and now I'm going to chop a cup and a half of walnuts in this chopper right here. I have this handy little chopper. This Ninja chopper is perfect for chopping nuts and stuff like this. Okay. So we are going to pour them into we have a parchment paper baking dish, and then I lined it with parchment paper, and then I sprayed it with cooking spray. So we're going to pour these chopped walnuts into the bottom, and then we're going to pour in the chopped pecans. So set that aside. And now we need to chop up a chocolate bar. You could also use sugar-free chocolate chips like Lily's brand. I just got this chocolate bar. It's cheaper than buying Lily's chocolate. And this is, I think it was 85% bitter. So we're just gonna chop it really, give it a good chop with a sharp knife. Okay, now we can pour this in with the chopped nuts. Spread it all out evenly. Get lots of chocolate in every bite. Okay, now we're going to make the collagen liquid, or like the stuff that's going to hold all of the chocolate and the nuts together, in this saucepan. So I'm going to add in the almond butter. This is a cup of almond butter. And then we're going to add in a half cup of coconut oil. And a half a cup of Swerve collagen, and then the Swerve, and some vanilla. So we're just going to melt this over medium heat until it all is melted and gets thick, and it'll be like a nice silky smooth mixture. This is almost melted. I love these collagen bars. I love to wrap them up individually in the freezer, and then I just have one as a snack every day. They are only 4 net carbs per bar, And this makes 16 collagen bars. Okay, our mixture is all melted, and now I'm going to pour it over the walnuts and chocolate and pecans. And mix it all in. And the chocolate starts to melt. Make sure the mixture, the melted coconut oil mixture with the collagen gets all around into the corners and all down into the nuts, so they all become one nice, delicious mixture. Just mix it all in. Make sure it's all even. Nice and chocolatey. So put that over there. Okay, now you're going to put these in the freezer and let them freeze for about an hour until they're frozen solid, and then we can pull them out and cut them into bars and wrap them in saran wrap. So next up on our keto breakfast adventure is going to be this egg as the bun breakfast sandwiches. Here's the recipe. Again, you can get this keto e-cookbook down in the description below. Just click the link. So this is going to be an egg as the bun breakfast sandwich. We're going to use a sheet pan, mix our eggs, cook the eggs in a sheet pan, and then we can just cut them into squares and use them as the bun for our breakfast sandwich. So I've already got 9 eggs in this bowl, and I'm going to add in 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. And I'm going to put in some chives. And I've got these cool little scissors here. I've never used them. Let's see how they work. Let's see if it's gonna work. Keep going. I think it's working. Just don't want to cut my finger off. That is pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. If you use a lot of chives, maybe you can use it with dill or something too. If you use a lot of fresh herbs, maybe it would work with cilantro and parsley too. But I need some. Also, we're going to put in kosher salt and black pepper. Okay, we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. Okay, now we're just going to whisk all of this together. And I put chives in here. I've also used dried dill. I've used dried chives, and I like all of them. So I think these fresh chives are going to be really good. I'm going to get this all mixed really well. And then this is going to bake in the sheet pan in a 375-degree oven for 12 minutes. And that was the perfect, that's like the perfect amount of time to get this baked. I'm using this already sprayed sheet pan. Can't remember what size this is. 9.5 by 13 sheet pan. You could also use a 9 by 13 casserole dish and just spray it really well with cooking spray. It would work exactly the same. So we're gonna pour this in here. And this is enough for 8 breakfast sandwiches. I'm sorry, 4 breakfast sandwiches, 8 individual pieces of egg. And these aren't just for breakfast sandwiches. You can have these use them as a meal prep and have them ready to go in your refrigerator anytime you want to eat eggs. And I've put like leftover fajita, like chicken and fajita beef mix on top. It is really good. So we're gonna bake this at 375 for 12 minutes. And I've already have my bacon cooking in the oven, so these can just cook in the oven at the same time. Okay, our sheet pan eggs are all done. It took 12 minutes. And now I'm going to cut them in half carefully and then into quarters to make 8 slices and 4 breakfast sandwiches. So let me get a spatula to get one of these out. Get this one out and put it on our plate. And get that out of the way. And now we can dress up our egg. So I've got some bacon here that I've cooked in the oven. And then we're gonna add some avocado. And a piece of cheese. Okay, and now we're gonna finish this with another egg slice. And if you wanted, you could melt the cheese in the microwave or in the oven, however you want. But isn't that the coolest thing ever? And you can definitely pick it up. You can pick this up, no problem. Or you can eat it with a fork, whichever you want to do. So that's it. That is the breakfast sandwich, and we did our collagen bars. I'm gonna pull those out of the freezer in just a minute. Okay, our collagen bars are all ready, and we are going to pull this right out. And the way I got that out so easy is that I put hot water in the sink, and I just set it down for like 2 seconds, and they come right out. So we are pulling the parchment paper away from the sides, and then we're going to cut them into bars. And I am just like in love with these things. They're so good, just as a quick snack out of the freezer. There's one. Delicious, delicious. I just wrap them in plastic wrap and put them in the freezer. Grab one anytime I want a snack. Okay, guys, I hope you liked these 2 low-carb breakfast recipes. This breakfast sandwich with the egg as the bun, and these collagen bars with walnuts, chopped walnuts, pecans, and they've got collagen and chocolate and coconut oil and almond butter. They're super delicious. Please like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe below if you're on Facebook, like the video, share, I would love it. Comment below, let me know if you're gonna try one of these recipes. Also, don't forget, in the description below is where you will find the link to the free Keto e-cookbook. It has 15 free recipes that you can download, and you'll have delicious recipes ready to go from Low Carb with Jennifer. So, bye guys. See you guys next time.